This is Camping with Wade's RV on 102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's News and Talk. Your RV guide for Oklahoma and beyond. Give us a call at 918-460-KRMG or text us at 95920. Now, let's hit the road.
Good afternoon and welcome to Camping with Wade's RV. This is 102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's News and Talk. Skyler Cooper with you. Memorial Day weekend. Willy D is here with us. Good afternoon, Willy D. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Everything out at the lot is starting to get fired off here. We're having a really big bunkhouse sale this weekend, so a lot of people are coming out, taking advantage of that. It was a little rainy yesterday, but today it's nice and sunny, and we're going to have a good time out here.
Yeah, well, watch the weather this weekend because things could be back and forth, and of course it falls on Memorial Day weekend. It's always around the holidays that we get some rain and things, but it's going to be okay. There is a lot going on that we'll get to a little bit later in the show. And remember, if you have RV questions, anything you want to get a hold of us for, get a hold of us by texting 95920. Be happy to answer questions like that. And Willy D, they can reach you guys at Wade's RV. And how would they do that?
So if you want to reach us at Wade's RV, you can always come out here and see us at the lot. We'd love to have you come out here. We have two different locations. Our service center is at 121st and Highway 75. And then we have our sales and our super center, which is at 161st and Highway 75. And we also do maintenance out here. We have storage, parts. We have everything at both locations that we can help you with. And so just come on out here and see us. You can also give us a call, 918-291-1011, or check out our website. It's groundbreaking. It has some really great tools. So if you want to learn what your trade's worth without even having to come in, you can get on there, type in your trade information. We can give you estimated payments. And we just came out with a new feature where you can actually buy an RV 100% online. So check that out. If you want to go ahead and keep social distancing, we can take care of you, and we can even deliver your RV for you. So anything we can do to help you get out camping, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, a lot of people still taking part in social distancing. I know a lot of people who really aren't leaving the house. And then there are others, and this is natural with something that goes on this long. There are others, the people I know that just say, I'm just living my life now and I'm going to go back to normal. But you've got those options there for people if they want to do it that way, or they can come out and see you. I know you've been doing video tours or even, FaceTiming someone through RVs too. So there's plenty of ways to see it.
Yes, we're doing all the sorts of different video tours. And as I've said in the past, we've came out with a new video tour feature. So with roof inspections, many times people have to get a big old ladder or even a scissor lift to get up there and really inspect things. We actually have drones, so we can actually do a video inspection for you and show you right there in front of you exactly what's going on with your roof. And that's not just for if you're looking to buy one, but even whenever you're looking to service it. I know getting on the roof can be a little bit daunting. You are pretty high off the ground. Little Wade used to dance up there, and that was always pretty scary. But we can do those video tours, and we can make sure that you can see everything on your RV. That way you can make an informed decision about either purchasing one or getting it repaired the right way.
Well, I would suspect a lot of people are out camping this weekend because it's been in the news and around a lot lately that due to the pandemic and everything that's going on, a lot of people are saying, I'm not going to get on a plane and I'm not going to take a bus. I'm not going to go around a whole bunch of other people. So camping has been really popular this year, and they expect RVs to be kind of the way vacations look this year. We'll get into some of that a little bit later. I want to tell you about one of the cool things that you guys have down at Wade's RV too, that we kind of teased it last week. We'll talk a little bit more about it today and later on how to pick a great campsite. Now, I would use this advice. I really could use it because I've gone camping in many ways, rarely with an RV though. I want to increase that side of my camping. I think I've had my fill of tent camping. It's frustrating. And I've also done the kind where you go out and you just rent a cabin, which is cool, but it's a little, I don't know, not less fun, but maybe it's a little less fun, Willy D, because you're not, in your own space. You have to move in somewhere.
RVing is definitely the way to get out and vacation. I got to go on a little bit of a road trip this week. I actually was down in Houston at Wade's RV. We always like to go the extra mile for our customers, and I went 500 extra miles. And not just whenever you're staying in those cabins, staying on the tent, for one, you don't have air conditioning or heating, so that's always an element, but you're sleeping on the ground. Let's not forget about actually sleeping whenever you're camping. But I was out, and I wasn't on a vacation. I was on a work trip, but I was staying at a hotel, and let me tell you, it was not fun at all. I hadn't picked up the RV yet, so I wasn't able to stay in the RV, but I definitely wish I had one because it would have been like having my own bed. And whenever you have an RV, that's exactly what you have, is you have your own home on the road. And so a lot of people don't even like to stay the night at someone else's house. get an RV, you can have that. You can take all your stuff with you. And one element about RVs that I love is you don't have to pack and unpack. You can leave everything in there, especially if you have a washer and dryer hookup. The hotel I was staying at, it was not very nice. It was gross. The accommodations just, weren't there. There was lots of problems. Let me just say that. So it was definitely nice to get back home and get back into the RVing side of the world. And I don't think I'm going to be staying at a hotel anytime soon.
The hardest part for me is sleeping. Like you said, that is a big factor, and I have to have a fan in some capacity, whether it's a ceiling fan or I really these days prefer a floor fan, a standing floor fan, because I need it to like blow my hair around as I'm sleeping at night. I like that strong breeze, or I get really hot. And you got to have the sound, and they never have those in hotels. And I always forget to bring like a little tabletop one or something. But in an RV, you can put whatever you want, and that would be
absolutely
ideal.
Yes, it's great. And many times in the RVs, you would love this. With the front air conditioning, they actually have a open feature. So instead of going through the vents, you can just have it centrally dumped just right there, right on top of you. And it'd give you a really great breeze and make sure you're really nice and cool. Those things really crank out some air conditioning. Even one AC in Oklahoma can get you by many times. But whenever you start putting 2, 3, 4 on there, it can really become an icebox. So right now I'm in the Kenny Rogers bus, actually, on the lot. That's where I'm doing the radio show from right now. And this one actually has 5 air conditioners on the roof itself. And then it also has one in the basement. So you can really load these things up if you're looking to do that.
Yes, he said Kenny Rogers bus. And yes, it's really Kenny Rogers bus.
Yes. I'm in Kenny Rogers' former tour bus. This is a 2003 Prevost, and this thing is incredible. This is what the band used to travel around in, and it just feels cool. Whenever I'm in there, I just want to jump on the road and, go somewhere and talk about RVs or something. It's really unique, and you just feel like it's a piece of history, and the technology through in this thing is just incredible. Right next to the dinette booth where I'm sitting, if I want the shade to come down, I don't need to reach up and grab it. No, folks. This thing is loaded. It's really cool, and it's just special because I was a huge Kenny Rogers fan myself, and so it's special to me in that form. He's a country music legend, so this is really a legendary bus.
Can I bring my guitar by and pick a few tunes in there?
Bring your guitar. I'll grab my harmonica, and we'll have we can definitely pick a chord.
Before we get to the break here, we're a couple of minutes away, but let's talk about the bunkhouse sale you guys have going on. I know you like to pick holidays, and you like to discount some things. What does the bunkhouse sale include this year?
So the bunkhouse sale, we have a couple different prime units that are just really, they set themselves apart from everything else in their class. And the first one I wanted to talk about was our 2020 Sabre 301BH. And this is really cool. A lot of times whenever you're looking at just a standard fifth wheel, they may be lacking features. They may not have all the glitz and the glamour that the, $100,000 ones have, of course, or even the $60,000 ones. But Sabre, they put all of those features inside the unit. So you may not have an LED light above your side, but you have heated and massage reclining chairs. And let me tell you, I'd rather have the heated and massage chairs than the little LED light. If I want that, I can just go outside underneath my awning. So they put things like that in there, a electric fireplace. So if you're out camping and you hate filling up propane bottles, this would be perfect for you because this is going to give you a second source of heat. They also put a 12-volt fridge in there. So whenever you're talking about camping fridges, there's multiple different ones. You have residential fridges, which are great. They have inverters and they cool down very quickly. They also have the normal camping style fridge that runs off of propane and your 12-volt. And so it's kind of a dual fuel system. And then they have 12-volt fridges, which run just totally off battery. And what I love about those is they cool down super fast. And then you get the size of the residential fridge. So it's the best of both worlds with that. They also have these revolutionary new blinds. I talk about blinds a lot because it's a big part of your RV. If you don't have good blinds, you're going to have heat and you're going to have light coming in through those windows. So you have brand new blind technology. It has a great kitchen that you just have to check out for yourself with the new oven, the storage, the farm basin sink, and solid surface countertops. It's really important so you don't have that T-molding around those countertop edges that are just going to peel up. Solid surface, so this is going to take care of you through the longevity of this. And there's actually triple bunks in the back. So it's really set up for the family to go out there and have a lot of people in this camper. So you can go out there, even take some friends with you if you want. And the best part about it is it's only 33 feet long and 8,000 pounds. So if you have an F-150, this is totally towable for you and you will have a great time. And it's going to be a good pulling experience. Many times people think, hey, can I pull this? Yeah, you can pull it, but is it going to be enjoyable? And with this Sabre, get an F-150, get an F-250. It's going to be perfect for you. You don't have to have anything super large to pull it around. It is a fifth wheel, so you can't use your Tahoe, but a smaller size half-ton truck can definitely pull this thing around.
You're listening to Camping with Wade's RV on KRMG. This is Skyler Cooper with Willy D from Wade's RV. He's telling us about the bunkhouse sale, which is happening this weekend. As we go to the break here, we'll let you know the hours and everything, Willy D. But first, coming up next, we're going to talk a little bit more about what Travel OK is doing to make things easy on people who want to get out and enjoy some camping over the weekend. What are the hours this weekend for the bunkhouse sale?
So if you're going to come out here to Wade's RV, it's a little bit different than during the week. We open a little bit later so then everyone can have time to get their morning coffee. We opened at 9 a.m. this morning. And then in the evening, we're going to be closing at 5 p.m. So usually during the week, we close at 6. But on Saturdays, we like to make sure everyone has time with their families because we want to we want to take care of our employees as well. So we close at 5 p.m., but make sure to come
Saturday at noon on 102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's News and Talk. Text your questions to 95920 or give us a call at 918-460-KRMG.
Welcome back. It is Camping with Wade's RV on 102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's News and Talk. My name is Skyler Cooper. I'm here with Willy D from Wade's RV. If you want to get a hold of us, you can text the show at 918. No, you can't. You can text the show at 95920. You can get a hold of Willy D at Wade's RV, 918-291-1011. We do have some breaking news in the Tulsa RV world, Willy D. Tell us what is happening or not happening, so to say, this summer.
So we are not having the July RV show. I know a lot of people in the Tulsa area look forward to this show, but we got around with all of the Green Country RV dealers, and we just decided that it wasn't going to be the best idea for everyone to get together and throw this show. But I do have good news. If people were wanting to come to this show, Wade's RV is actually participating in an outdoor living expo. So it's going to be really, really cool. We partnered up with the show. It's called the Spring Home and Outdoor Living Expo, and it's going to be in June. It's going to be June 19th, 20th, and 21st. And we have a great spot out there. And so you're going to have to come see us. We're going to be right next to the tiny homes, and we're going to have a big spot. We're going to have big Class A's out there. We're going to have a little bit of everything out there, and I'm really excited about it because we still want to make sure that people can take advantage of these summer deals. Before, we were able to give these discounts because we're actually contracted by the manufacturers to bring these down there. It's not necessarily just Wade's RV wanting to go down and have a show at the expo. They're giving us extra funds to give back to the community, and that's what makes it so worthwhile to get down there. So I called the reps, and I said, hey, we have this great opportunity. It's a different date, but if you're able, let's just move those discounts over. And so they agreed to it. So if you were looking forward to those deals, I have even better news. It's going to be a one-stop shop. You can come out to the Spring Home and Outdoor Living Expo. There's also going to be the American Red Cross. So if anyone's wanting to donate blood and things, you can go out there. It's going to be a great show. Lots of the community is going to be involved. And so you can get out and really see what this outdoor living lifestyle is about. So if you were thinking about RVs, there's probably going to be some RV accessories there as well. So you can see exactly what to pair up with your RV and explore this completely. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great show that you're going to want to have to come out and check out.
And if you're going to go camping this weekend, in just a minute, we're going to talk about some of the things that Travel OK is doing. They're really pumping their efforts to broaden Oklahoma as a destination. And we'll tell you a little bit about some of the things you can do as a RVer would make it easier for you. But first, remind everybody, you're talking about the bunkhouse sale before the break that you're doing today. And you told us about the Sabre. And I also want to know about the other one you have in there because it's my favorite. You know I like those Evokes.
Oh, yeah. I know you love those Evoque, Skyler, and I have brought up one of the Evoque Bs. And if you have not seen or heard about Evoque, you got to get on your computer or get on your smartphone right now and go to the Wade's RV website and look at one of these. They are incredible. Whenever they first came on the lot, I was just really taken back because it was futuristic, it was modern, and it's sleek. And many times that doesn't go hand in hand with RVs. A lot of times people think, oh, it's just, all this rustic and woodsy. That's not the case in the Evoque. This is sleek. It's modern. It's got a very European styling with it. It's got really nice leather in there, and the amenities are really just what set itself apart from everything else. Whenever you look at it from the outside, a lot of times people think, oh, tires, they're all tires. Well, that's not the same. Todd over there at Robertson Tire in Glenpool has taught me all tires are not created equal, and this has Michelin tires. And so with Michelin tires on there, you have a 50,000-mile warranty, which is an incredible warranty on there. Most people don't ever take their travel trailer 50,000 miles in the lifetime of their camper. So you have a great warranty with that. The next thing is kicker speakers. Whenever I went down to Houston this week, I got to take a sport chassis Onyx package, and it had kicker speakers in there, and they are the best of the best. Whenever you're going out camping and you want to enjoy your tunes, kicker speakers have got you covered, and they have the marine grade kicker speakers on the exterior of the unit, so you can really enjoy those tunes. Or if you want to hook it up, to the TV or something like that, you can run that through there as well. It's really, really cool. And most of the time, that's just a feature that you don't have. You also have a king size bed in there, and in a travel trailer, that's incredible. And with the front end design, it's really aerodynamic, but that's what allows you to have that king bed in there. Outdoor kitchen, so then you're not having to cook all the time inside. Whenever you're out there camping, you want to be out there enjoying the outdoors for everything it has to offer. They have those great solid steps, and as I was talking about with the Sabre, you have a electric fireplace, so it's a secondary heat source. It's really great. And not just the bunkhouse floor plan, that's a really great floor plan. That we even have a model that doesn't have a slide. That's one of my favorite models because it has all the amenities, but it doesn't have a slide. So if you're looking to do some sleek camping, maybe stay over at the Cracker Barrel or at the Walmart while you're traveling through city to city, this would be a great option for you because you don't have to run those slide outs. I love Evoque. They're really great. They're comfortable. They're functional. They have light switches, outlets everywhere. I mean, this camper is set up to go camping where you're not going to have to add a whole bunch of things afterwards. So that is another one of those bunkhouses that we have on sale right now. And I'm really excited. People need to hurry before they're gone because I know there's going to be a lot of people interested in it.
Need to take a break for the bottom of the hour news. We'll check the forecast in the KRMG 24-hour Fox News Center. We are just crunching the time today, so we will get to Travel OK's research tips and everything right after the break. Willie D, though, I imagine that 8-hour drive or so down to Houston was pretty nice in a sport chassis.
I don't think I would have made as good of time for one, but then number two, I would have definitely been beaten up and weary from the road. I may have had to take a little time off. So I was definitely glad that the guys down at Sport Chassis let me take one of those. I have a really cool video coming out, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it.
This is Camping with Wade's RV on 102.3 KRMG. We'll be right back.
This is Camping with Wade's RV on 102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's news and talk. Join the show by calling 918-460-KRMG or text us at 95920.
Welcome back. It is Camping with Wade's RV on 102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's news and talk. This is Skyler Cooper. Willie D is with me from Wade's RV. We are still broadcasting remotely, and at the beginning of the show, I was going to tell you, Willie D, I don't know if you saw on my Facebook page, but I've upgraded my home studio. I think we're probably only a few more weeks into this, and now that it's, 2 months have passed, and now I finally got the studio in good shape, but it's getting comfortable. At first I struggled with it, working from home, kind of getting used to it now, but I do miss being in the studio with you on Saturday afternoons. And out at Wade's RV, I know you guys are still taking advantage of social distancing where you can, but people can still come see you. How can they find you guys and get a hold of you?
So come on out and see us at the lot. We're located at 161st and Highway 75. Give us a call, 918-291-1011. I have people that are ready to help you. If you just have some basic questions about camping, if you have a budget in mind, say you're wanting to spend $100, $200 a month, give them a call, and they can walk through different options and different floor plans that we have available for you, or check out our website, www.wadesrv.com, and then you can check out all of our great inventory, and there's also really great resources. So if you want to see the value of your trade, if you're just kind of wondering what it's worth, you can get on there, and it has an NADA value. So it's not a Will Smith value, it's not a Willie D value, it's a NADA value, and that's kind of the Bible whenever it comes to those things. And then also there's lots of great resources if you're wanting to learn more about the outdoor lifestyle. You can go over to our blog page, and there's also the recordings of the radio show. I also film them, so you can see that, or you can learn about just the different adventures and things that we do here at Wade's RV. Like I said, I went down to Houston this last week, and I'm making a video about that trip and the brand new 2015 Sport Chassis Onyx package. It was an incredible trip, and I went down there. I was helping out a customer. It was really cool. I had never been down there to Houston before, so I thought it was a great opportunity that I could go down there and kind of check it out. But there was only one of these floor plans left in the country, so I jumped in the truck and I went down there and I got it. So this customer is going to be out and going to be able to go camping this weekend, and I think they're really going to enjoy their torque. So lots of things were different, and I'm really enjoying it.
So we've been teasing this throughout the show, but we'll get to it now. If you're sitting at home or you're driving around town right now and you think, you know what, I want to load up the camper and get out of here, where should I go? Willy D, I know you love TravelOK.com. Tell us about some of the features that they're rolling out. I know I've seen more ads for TravelOK. They're really putting a big effort on bringing people to Oklahoma right now. And being that RVing is more popular this year because people don't want to get on planes and things, camping is up there. So what would you say people should do when they're going to check?
Yeah, so TravelOK is an incredible website, and it's really came a long way through the years. So back before, you used to just be able to look up campsites, and it'd give you just some basic generic information, but you really had to go to the actual park itself to find out more, or even get a normal map of where the hiking trails were and things. But now with all the revamping that Kevin Erstedt has put in place with this website, and then the tourism in Oklahoma, it's really up to date with where it should be. It's almost like making reservations for a hotel. But it's even better because whenever you make a reservation for a hotel, you might see, oh, hey, I'm getting a king room or I'm getting one with 2 queen beds. With TravelOK, it will actually show you a picture of your campsite. So if you want to grill, you can make sure you have a grill on that campsite. Or if you want to make sure you're a little bit more secluded, you can see that as well. It's a great resource for actually picking out your campsite, but exploring new places. So if you want to look for some new state parks or some new activities to do, you can do that as well. And they can actually even email you or mail you paper copies of the brochures and different magazines and stuff, so then you can learn and really educate yourself. I have people call me every single week asking me, hey, Will, where's a great camping spot? And so first I kind of take them to TravelOK and we walk through the different steps, so then I can show them my recommendation, but then they can also go on there in the future and find these camping spots themselves. So it's kind of like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. I'm going to lead you to that water, and that way you have the resource and you can find those great camping spots as well. I found it to be a great resource, and it's really the only thing I ever use to book camping spots. So it's my one-stop shop for everything camping.
One thing that I really like about it is when I get somewhere, I'm ready to just be there, and I don't want to have to do, I hate checking in at hotels. Gosh, I hate that. So you can pay online and just roll up to your spot, right?
You could do it 100% online. And I'm the same way. I get to my camp spot, you book your site, it'll even print you out a confirmation letter, so you have all that information. It gives you the address, the spot, give you a map. I don't know anything else that you would need aside from some hot dogs and some marshmallows.
And if you are a regular listener of this show, you know that it just sounds like Willy D is an encyclopedia of RVing, and that's because that's really true, and it's been your whole life, right? I mean, give us kind of the backstory, how RVing has played a part in your life and how you got into the business.
Yeah, so RVing has really shaped my life, and I mean, really since I can ever remember. My grandparents have always had RVs, and so I was always going out RVing with them. They always used to go to tractor shows. That's one thing my grandpa was always passionate about. He was a farmer. He had lots of, he had about 1,000-acre corn farm up in Iowa, and so it's just something that he grew up around and that he was passionate about. So we would always go out with him. He actually had an Airstream, and so lots of people fantasize about going camping in the Airstream. And I got to live it very much so. And I didn't really understand how cool it was until after and whenever I got a little bit older. But it was a really, really cool experience. And then later on, not just going out camping trips and stuff, but campers have multiple different purposes. And so a lot of people use them as a office, maybe an extra spare bedroom. And that's exactly what they used it for. So we have a big family, and everyone would come down from Iowa and the different parts of Oklahoma and Texas and just really come and meet at his house. And so there was a limited amount of space. And so a lot of us would actually stay out in the campers. It was always the boy cousins. We always got put out in the campers, and it was really fun. It was kind of like having our own little clubhouse. So we got to use things like that. Also, another set of my grandparents, they have a ranch down in South Texas, and we used a camper for not only hunting out there, but staying in an extra room. So that was my clubhouse, my extra spare room. It was kind of cool because I got to be away from all the adults, and, I got to be a little mischievous with my cousins. We never got into too much trouble, and we always made sure the Airstream didn't break, because then we knew we were really in some deep trouble. But we had a good time, and we were able to really experience things really great. And then later on, I got to actually get into the RV world. I always had a passion for it, and I always loved RVing. And then Brennan Sloan, he works here. He's our sales manager. I was hanging out with him. I've been friends with him for many years. And he said, "Hey, Will, you ready to start working at the RV dealership?" And I said, "Dude, I've been waiting on the call." And so I started in the RV industry in 2016, and it was really, really a life-changing moment. Obviously, I'm still here. I haven't gone anywhere, and I've just gotten more and more involved in it. So it was really cool, and it was kind of nice because whenever I first started in the RV dealership, I actually haven't been at Wade's RV the whole time, but it let me see the differences. Not all RVs are created equally, and not all RV dealerships are equal as well. So whenever I was at that other RV dealership, I really got molded, and I got to see exactly the differences from one place to the other, and it was a really refreshing day whenever I came over here to Wade's RV. And we always say that the veil got pulled from over your eyes. You got to see exactly what an RV dealership can be and should be and will always be. And so that's what I got to see here at Wade's RV, and it was incredible. I always thought that I was working at a full service dealership, and that was not the case. They would have customers come in and they would say, "Oh yeah, we're going to change your oil," and what would happen is they would have a mobile service tech come out, change the oil, and guess what that means to the customer? Upcharge, upcharge, upcharge. And here at Wade's RV, we do all of that stuff in-house. We actually have those big lifts, which we can lift up the units and work on the chassis. And so we do all of that in-house, and that's going to save you money. It's going to save time, and the job's getting done right. It's not like we're farming it out to some secondhand person, and we're not sitting, if someone's doing that, they're not standing over that person's shoulder watching them to make sure it's done correctly. I can guarantee if you come to Wade's RV, you will find Mr. Wade Reeves going around that shop and making sure every job is done to its best potential. And that's the power that we have at Wade's RV is we have the tools and we have the mechanics, and we also have the storage and the different facilities to take care of your unit as well. So really cool when I got to come over here. Thing was, I noticed that it was totally different. It was a family atmosphere. It wasn't pushy. All the guys were really, really nice, and they treated me like family. And, I was just working here, and you get to see that with the relationships that they make with our customers day after day. They keep coming back. I have so many repeat customers. Even though I'm not necessarily in sales, I get calls all the time. But whatever needs to happen, that's what I'm here for. And that way I can help customers the best way I can.
Now, you're kind of like me at KRMG. You've done a little bit of everything there. You started with one job, started doing other things, working on the videos. Now you're doing the radio shows along with other things, been in sales. Do you think that well-rounded experience is a positive thing? I certainly love it in my position because it's a variety. You're doing different things all the time.
Oh, of course. It's a huge benefit, and it's a huge asset to myself and then the dealership, because I don't have to run around and say, "Hey, can you get someone to help me with this?" I can go and I can make it happen. So if there's an RV that needs washed, guess what? I can go out there, I can get a brush, and I can start washing it. They may not be the most complicated job, but there's a lot of places that you'd go, someone might not be willing to do that. So they get on the radio, they call someone, they got to pull someone off another job, and that just isn't efficient at all. So if something needs delivered, I jump in a truck and it gets delivered. If something needs fixed, I go out, I get it fixed.
It is Camping with Wade's RV on 102.3 KRMG. I'm Skyler Cooper with Willy D. We'll take a quick break here. We'll wrap things up after the commercial, and we'll tell you where Willy D is sitting again. Well, I'll give you a little hint. Big Country Star has a tour bus, and they have it for sale now. It is coming up next on Camping with Wade's RV. This is 102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's News and Talk.
You're listening to Camping with Wade's RV on 102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's News and Talk. Get your questions in now. Call 918-460-KRMG or send a text to 95920.
Welcome back. It is Camping with Wade's RV. You're listening to 102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's News and Talk. You'll find us right here every Saturday from 12 till 1. Willy D with me. This is Skyler Cooper talking all things camping and RVs today. If you miss any of the show, remember to check back with our podcast. You'll find that on the KRMG app or krmg.com. You can always find the show that way. Or Willy D does a really cool job of putting videos together, and sometimes you can see us in the same studio, but we haven't done that in a couple months. So we'll get back to that in a little while when we can finally return to the studios. For now, we're broadcasting remotely. I'm in Broken Arrow. He is at Wade's RV. And Willy D, you did most of the show sitting out in Kenny Rogers' tour bus, and that's a legitimate, real-deal statement. You guys are selling one of Kenny Rogers' old tour buses.
I did, and that's just the power that Wade's RV has, is by being Oklahoma's only full service dealership and carrying the full line of diesel pushers. We have some of the best brands out there. In my opinion, they are the best brands: Integra, Newmar, and Thor. And so with that, we have the power to sell these coaches and move these higher end rigs. And so that's why the owner called us and consigned this bus with us. And it is, like you said, it is Kenny Rogers' tour bus. This is the bus that the band toured around in. It's a 2003 Prevost, and it is just incredible. And if you don't know much about this bus, I actually have a video online walking through it, so you can get on YouTube and you can check it out, or get on our Facebook. There's lots of different pictures and videos of it. This thing is just one of a kind, and it's really just a really cool piece of history.
And one of the other things that just makes that cool, is the fact that it's a real thing. And you showed me the pictures last week, and you sent me with Big Wade just standing out behind it. It says Kenny Rogers on it, so if someone wants to continue that legacy and keep it like that, I'm sure they can. But if they wanted to customize it, you guys do that stuff too. I can't imagine you guys would want to do that, though.
I don't know anyone that would want to take off the Legends name off the back of that bus, but if for some reason someone did want to take it off and put their big name, if I wanted to put Willy D on the back of it, we definitely have the capability to do that at Wade's RV. We have a full paint and body shop, and we just expanded onto that. So if you've been tuning in the last couple of weeks, you know that we actually added on a whole nother bay section, and it was just incredible. I was over at the 121st shop one day, and then the next day I show back up, and there's a whole new wall and a whole new bay, and I had to ask Amanda, was I just oblivious? And she goes, no, it literally was put up in one day. So we needed it because we were having so many paint and body jobs. And so we don't waste time. We get it done. And so we went out there and we got that thing built, and it's in full function right now. So it's really, really cool. And it just made what Wade's RV can do that much better and that much more efficient for the customer. So it's really incredible. And that's just one of the tools. I mean, we can change tires and stuff out here. So lots of different stuff that we can do for you.
So you have that on one end, and then you also have, I know you do a lot of cool trades and sell some used gear. So don't you have a really neat Airstream out there? Like from one high end to the simplicity and the kind of the throwback look of an Airstream, you've got it all.
Yes. So we have brand new campers. We have vintage campers. I have big motorhomes. I have small motorhomes. I got it all. So right now I actually have two Airstreams. I have a 1973 Airstream, and that one was converted to an office. It's kind of a blank slate. So they took out the bathroom, but all the plumbing is still there from what I've been told. So if you wanted to kind of go in there and make it your own thing, you definitely could. But the favorite one that I have is we have a 1986 Airstream, and it's for an incredible deal of $24,900. It's a triple axle, so it's a little bit of a longer floor plan, but it's got everything that you would want, and it's everything Airstream. It's got a great floor plan with the living up front, kitchen in the middle. It's got the bathroom and then the bedroom in the rear. It's got the two twin beds on the side, which is very similar to the floor plan. I grew up in camping myself, so this was really hard for me to hold back and not purchase this. It is just an incredible find, and it's in incredible condition. Many times you can find Airstreams and you might have to go in and redo them or fix this, that, and the other. And this is a longtime customer of ours, and so here at Wade's RV, and so we have a history with it. And I walked in, and it was just incredible. And so if you want to see pictures of that, I put some of those on Instagram. So get on there. For one, give us a follow. I need those follows. I need those likes. Get on there, and that way you can follow along with the Wade's RV family and see what we're doing and see what's so different about Wade's RV versus everywhere else in the country and every other RV dealership. We're different, and we do things a little bit crazier. Big Wade has a flamethrower, but we also make sure things get done right, and that's why we're here to take care of you and your RV.
And when we first started doing the remote broadcast shows, I've been here at my house the whole time, but you went out camping, and you spent, I think, the first 3 weeks of our remote shows, you were actually out at campsites doing it the real way. And the RV that you were in, I know you kind of became attached to it. What happened to it?
Yeah, so I have let go of my prized possession, my baby that was out there. Everyone was staying inside, so the RV market did slow down there for a little bit, but it has taken off in full speed. And so, unfortunately, I had to cut my ties with the 2013 Palazzo that we had here. And I was out camping, and I was super fortunate to be able to go out there and do that. With this COVID-19, we were normally in the studios, and so since we had to shut that down, I was able to go out and explore and really get out and reconnect and get out RVing, which I love to do. Every time I have the opportunity, I'm in an RV. And so it was great. I got to go out for about 3 or 4 weeks in a row. I kind of lost count and get to go to lots of different camp spots. But we do have another Palazzo here for sale as well. So if you're interested in one of those, they're small, they're lightweight, they have tons of features, and obviously they're great to camp in. I took one out 3 weeks in a row. So if that tells you anything right there, it's a great unit. And so we'd love to put you in one. And like I said, we have new units as well. So I did the payments and new motorhomes. If you're looking for a new motorhome, a payment is going to be less than $500. I think the estimate I did was $463 a month with approved credit, of course. But you can get in a RV that's a motorhome and have lots of space and take out the family and start making memories with your family. At Wade's RV, we have a slogan: turning miles into memories, and that's what you can start doing this weekend.
Willy D, we have just a couple of seconds left. Tell us again about the breaking news today, the July RV show not happening.
Breaking news, the July RV show is not happening. It has been canceled. None of the RV dealerships will be there, but if you're wanting to take advantage of those RV savings for this summer, you can come to the RV show that Wade's RV is going to be participating in. It's actually the Spring Home and Outdoor Living Expo. There's going to be lots of great vendors there, but we're going to have a giant space out there. We're going to bring a little bit of everything. So if you're looking for a big diesel, you're looking for a normal travel trailer, or even a Class C, we're going to have it out there, and we're going to be able to show you everything you need to know. Or if you're just looking to explore the lifestyle, we'll be out there giving lessons about RVing. And so you're going to want to come out there and check us out June 19th, 20th, and 21st. That's the Spring Home and Outdoor Living Expo at the River Spirit Expo at the Tulsa Fairgrounds.
This is Camping with Wade's RV, out of time for the day. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Have a happy and safe Memorial Day weekend. We'll talk to you next Saturday at noon on KRMG.